We're just starting. So you got what in your shoulder? And you.
I have a.
Marcus went to the gym.
I went to the gym. It's not even a resolution. My buddy went to the gym, and I was just wasn't in a good mood, just kind of like feeling funky, sad, maybe, I don't know. And I was like, yeah, I'll go to the gym, work out some steam, And so I was on the treadmill, and I was feeling whatever song I was listening to. I was really getting into it.
Were you running?
No, I was like
brisk walk.
Brisk walk.
Yeah.
And dancing, like walk dancing.
Oh.
Dance walking, yeah. And at one point,
someone probably filmed you from afar.
I probably on a couple
TikTok.
Snapchats. I'm on an Instagram story too, for sure. I mean, because I was
Look
really
at this Viking dancing on a treadmill.
yeah, dude. I was dancing all the way to Valhalla.
Yeah.
And so to Shannon's "Let the Music Play," and then I was just like, I was really amped up. I was like, yeah, I feel good. Blood flowing through my body, and too much confidence apparently. Because I went to the this rope pull down thing. It's like it's got two little pulleys and one continuous long thick ass rope.
Yeah.
And you pull it, and I just like, all right, let me listen to something like upbeat, but kind of maybe like rock or metal.
Okay.
And it was just like one song, and I didn't take
System of a Down.
No, it was harder than that.
Oh,
It
okay.
was like even more intense than that. And
Alien Ant Farm.
Hell yeah, only the hardest rock.
Phantom Planet. They're like the same thing. All right, onwards and upwards. So you got into it?
I got really into it, and but also I didn't take into consideration that this song was probably 4 minutes long, or longer.
Yeah,
almost a 5-minute song. And I mean, like, I'm pumping it out. I'm just like, yeah, I'm just killing reps. Just, my thing is, don't stop. I don't care if the pace changes or the speed changes. Just don't stop. Keep pulling the rope down.
Okay,
Keep
that's
pulling
good
the rope
philosophy.
down.
Wait, so you go till failure, as they say?
Essentially.
Okay.
And I lasted the whole song, and I was like, hell yeah. Plus, people were watching now. Like,
yeah.
I noticed more eyes were on me again. Like,
they're like, turns out that dancing guy is pretty strong.
Yeah. That dancing guy's pretty, he's a beast. He's kind of a beast, man. And so then I noticed eyes were on me, and it wasn't just certain eyes. It was like, yeah, there was a cute girl and a couple of like casual dudes in the gym. But then I noticed the guys like doing like knee strikes on a heavy bag and shit were like watching me. I'm like, oh man, I'm getting their attention now. So I can't quit now.
Those like Muay Thai fighters.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he's
Dalcium from
yeah,
Street
he's
Fighter.
fucking he's doing ab workouts with someone slamming a medicine ball into his kidneys and shit.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, these guys are watching. So like, I finished the song, and I was like, I feel good. Like I felt yoked out of my mind.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. But then that night I had some drinks, had some food. I was so restless I couldn't sleep after I did my show. And so this girl gave me half a Xanax.
Oh, okay.
And so like between all that,
that's new. Have you ever taken that?
no, well, yeah, I've taken it a while back. It's very complicated.
Okay.
Yeah, it's yeah. I might have to tell that on another episode.
I mean,
Yeah.
loop it in,
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, the last time I had Xanax was I got it was me coming out of my first sexual dry spell,
Uh-huh.
and I was with this girl, and I was like very nervous, and I'm like, I can't get out of my head how nervous I am.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why. And she must have been very horny, because she basically offered me Xanax to relax me.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, if this was reversed, I would totally be in jail right now or something. You know what I mean? Like if I was like, hey,
It's
girl.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, I want to fuck real bad. Here, take some Xanax so I can fuck you. Yeah, it was.
So you could relax a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be very creepy.
Yeah, and so like looking back, I didn't really think about it until after everything played out the way it did. It got ugly.
Okay, so this time you had half a Xanax?
I had half a Xanax just so I could get to sleep.
Yeah.
But between all the alcohol and the Xanax and stuff, I think my muscles were like already sore.
Yeah.
But I just didn't feel it because my body was so relaxed. So once the Xanax and all the alcohol wore off, the hangover, all that stuff, then like 3 days later, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, when the
My God, what the fuck is happening to my body?
Yeah.
I was like, what? Why?
I like way overdid it.
I had an itch on my butt. Like, not even in the crack or anything. It was just on the side, like the side.
Yeah.
And I went to reach back. I'm like, I can't reach back my butt cheek.
Yeah.
So I went on a foam roller. I have like this and I just like rolled, and it hurt.
What do? You just put your weight? I've never used a foam roller.
Oh, dude, okay. So I got two different types of foam rollers.
You just put your weight on it.
Yeah, you basically basically put the foam roller like you do.
And what does it do? Like massage your muscles?
You just roll on it, and it rolls out the muscles. And then I have another one that's it's got like a PVC inner core.
How much of your weight do you put on it? Do you just do like a light amount, or you just you like hold yourself up?
I am built very differently from people. I'm very thick built, and it's very dense muscle. So sometimes I need like, if I get a massage for someone, like I've had like ex-girlfriends or like girls try to massage me, and it feels kind of good, but like where it hurts for me is like they don't have the strength to get in there. I need like Olga or some shit like that, like
it's like the Seinfeld episode when George gets the male masseuse.
Yeah, I need like Sven to come in there and just like, or I just roll myself out. Or what's beautiful now is those massage guns. The percussion massagers. Mm-hmm. Those are great. But even with those, I have to put them on the highest setting.
Yeah, I must have like tender little chicken muscles, because I have one of those guns, and I go up like two notches, like it goes to like 99. Yeah, and I go to like setting 3.
I would be at like 98.
This is
I'd
insane.
Be at like, my buddy has one. I have one that goes up to like 1 through 6, and I'm always at 6. Yeah, my buddy's has 1 through 30. Anytime I'm over at his place, I'm like, you got the because his is a little bit better. His was more expensive. His was like $300.
Oh, okay.
Whereas mine was like $70 or some shit like that.
It compliments you and stuff.
Yeah. Great job. You really did that workout real well, buddy. And his goes to 30. I'm always at 30. Yeah. And like when his buddy came over, he's like, "Can I use that?" And he's like, "Holy Jesus Christ, who's using this?" And I was like, "Me." And it's just, I guess, I don't know, just the way I'm built. I don't know.
Yeah, Viking blood.
I fucking hate it, though. I hate it. Because whenever I use my muscles, like, I'm strong and everything, but then those muscles get so knotted up, it's unbelievable.
I wonder if you have, so I did, like, a DNA test, and,
turns out you're 100% that bitch?
Yeah. I'm 50% that bitch.
50% that bitch.
50% Sicilian. No, so, but I have a gene that is associated with power athletes.
Really?
And there's people who have genes that are endurance athlete related.
Yeah.
Some people have none, and then there's power gene, and it doesn't mean that because you have it you are powerful or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I guess like deep because it's a lot of like, environmental and lifestyle factors and whatever. But like, I guess you could get stronger easier or whatever. You have natural strength, so you probably got like
there's
6 of those.
Yeah, well, because I did a 23andMe, and it's all over the place. I think we discussed this before. Like, I'm a literal world of nations. And
you like a bunch of different things?
Yeah, okay. And a lot of those things are cultures that are prone to have thick, big bodies or like muscularity.
Did it say how? Because it told me how much. It said I'm like prone to being like 4% higher weight than the average person, or something, based on genetics.
I don't remember seeing all that. Like, I think I was looking for like cancer and like heart disease and stuff like that. There was so many findings, but my honestly, the thing I ignored most of that and literally just wanted to know what my racial breakdown was.
Yeah, that was what I was interested in too.
Yeah, and it was, oh my God, it was unbelievable. Like, I'm like, I'm East Asian. I'm Polynesian. I'm Native American. I'm Congolese African. Dude, it's unbelievable how diverse I am.
That's fun.
Iberian Peninsula, which means I'm Spain Spanish. Also native. I forgot how they worded it. So that means I'm part Spain Spanish, but I'm also part like native, but the islands, like it's like island of Puerto Rico, the West Indies.
Oh yeah.
I forgot what they call it, Caribbean. I don't know.
I think
it was
West Indies.
It was the breakdown was unbelievable. Yeah, it was. I'm definitely more minority than I am white.
Yeah.
I didn't, which is weird because if you look at me, I don't like skin tone wise. Now features, I look like a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
Mostly someone with Down syndrome. I do look like I've talked about it on stage. I definitely look like if I went to the Special Olympics. I lost that bit to what's his name?
Shane Gillis.
Shane Gillis, yeah. I lost that Special Olympics bit.
Yeah.
Because I used to do a Special
Grown
Olympics.
men who look like they're retarded.
Yeah. Dude, I used to do a bit just like that. But he got to a special quicker.
Are you not allowed to say retarded anymore?
No, technically no.
Technically no.
Well, it's like not even technically.
I used to volunteer at the Special Olympics. You did that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to joke and say I did it for 3 years. I was 2-year volunteer, 1-year participant. No, but but the weird thing is though, one thing this is what I hate about I don't want to be one of those guys like, oh, cancel culture or whatever, but one of the things about marginalized societies is there's a lot of people that are willing to cancel people on behalf of the culture, whereas the culture hasn't even made a clear line in the sand about certain things.
Yeah, I just heard Veer is an Indian comic named Veer Das. He has a Netflix special, but he was on Chris DiStefano's podcast.
Yeah.
And he said that 99% of Indians love Apu on The Simpsons, and that didn't want him taken off.
Yeah.
Because they said, in his words, they said it's an Indian immigrant who owns his own business, so it's like the American dream, And they're like,
yeah.
And they said he also made this point, which I never knew, but he said that the accent that Hank Azaria did, was not an Indian from India accent. It was like an Indian New Yorker accent kind of thing. He said that, that accent, the Apu accent, doesn't exist in India, so it's very cartoonish to them. So they don't find it offensive. They find it silly, but it's more he said, if anything, it would be an Indian New Yorker. And I was like, oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it's
interesting.
It's true though.
But yeah, it's a lot of people get upset on other people's behalf, and it's it's kind of shitty.
It's for example, like you said, the Indians are the actual anytime I hear Indians, I think fucking bullshit.
Feathers.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But the Indians are it's a caricature of us, and they get it. They're inside. They're in the joke. They're in on the joke.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And another thing is I think what a lot of people don't realize is that how much representation matters.
Mm-hmm.
Some people might get offended by it, but for example, I remember there was this wheelchair comic that came. He came to an open mic. I think
I just love calling it a wheelchair comic.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up.
You got a call.
There was a what the fuck?
North Carolina. You take it live on the air. We're taking callers now.
Yeah, I don't know. Who's this?
It's spam.
I don't know. It didn't say.
Telemarket. I'd say answer.
Hold
on speaker.
Hello?
Hi, this is Laura with RXO.
All right.
Nope. Oh, Laura.
Yeah, she sounds like someone who would love a poo. Love it poo's caricature accent.
Yeah. What were we talking about before that? I felt like
it's representation. So we're at the wheelchair comic. I said something about the wheelchair comic.
Oh yeah.
He was a comedian who was confined to a wheelchair.
No, but I mean that's what we would call. That's what all comics call a comic in a wheelchair, is a wheelchair comic. I don't know why. Just no one discusses it, but it's
true.
It is true. It's the exact what.
Yeah, because I'm part of the Black Shirt comics, the comics that wear black shirts.
I would fall into that.
I fall into that category.
I got a black shirt on currently.
Yeah, I'm also part of the part of the subsect of comics who sweat profusely while on stage.
Dude, she's calling back. I love it. She's calling back. Maybe it's like a talent scout from North Carolina who wants to hire you. Maybe it's a bank.
I hope not.
I would talk to her for a few minutes on the podcast.
Hello?
Hi, sir. This is Laura with RXO. I'm just calling to confirm if you delivered a load going from Olive Branch, Mississippi to Florence.
I don't. It sounds like a spam.
Yeah, they're definitely like trying to.
Yeah.
A load? Did you say confirm a load?
She's trying to confirm my load.
Yeah. You're dropping hints. She was definitely in a poo fan.
Yeah.
Laura.
Yeah. Laura with way too many vowels in that name.
Laura has 6 arms.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Is that offensive? I spent one of my first jobs. I worked in with an Indian guy, and I'm still friends with him because he was awesome, and he told me all about Indian culture.
Yeah.
And I would say, of all the religions, I think Hinduism was onto something, you know. And I don't know enough to talk about it.
Yeah.
But you look into it, and Hinduism has got some stuff going on.
I was seeing a woman who's spiritual.
Yeah.
And like just
so many women are spiritual.
Yeah, I mean, but some of the stuff that she was talking about, it was kind of like it was pulled away from dogma. Mm-hmm. Dogma is, what they refer to like specific religions and specific texts and books and stuff like that. Yeah. And hers was like a very generalized version of what a god and followers and stuff are.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically like there's something all seeing, all powerful, something, and it's like a power source, and we're just outlets for it. Like an energy source of some sort.
You never see the movie Dogma anywhere.
Oh, there's reasons.
Was it too much?
No, it was a distribution deal with the Weinstein Corporation. Yeah. Harvey Weinstein.
Who's that?
Jesus. Yeah. So yeah, Kevin Smith.
They did so many good movies, the Weinstein.
Yeah, but Kevin Smith pulled away from them, and so and the reason why I know this is because my brother, during lockdown, he got into DVD and Blu-ray sales on eBay and stuff.
Okay.
And he was buying all these lots of like DVDs and Blu-rays, and he was coming across all these Kevin Smith movies, and he was posting them. And the auctions for these movies were fucking insane. He had Dogma. He had Dogma on Blu-ray.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
He sold it for $119.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
And it's because after the Weinstein shit went down, Kevin Smith was like, no. He basically breached his contract because he refused to work with Weinstein anymore because of it. And so they're like trying to read a bunch of legal stuff, and they're trying to renegotiate like distribution deals with the movies and all that stuff like that. But until then, any copies of all, like, I think it's Clerks 1, Clerks 2, Dogma, Chasing Amy, Mallrats, all those now that have the Weinstein attachment are all worth it, especially Blu-rays. Yeah, they're even rarer. There was only
because Blu-rays were a thing for like 6 months.
Yeah.
So I remember seeing the first time I ever saw a Blu-ray was Planet Earth Jungles episode, and that show was like mind blowing.
Oh yeah.
But I remember it being here and then gone so quick.
Yeah, I mean because streaming it came into play. So like it was like Blu-ray beat out HD DVD. I don't know if you remember that, because I remember they were comparing that to when VHS and Betamax were competing.
Yeah, the formats.
And they were like VHS won, and they're like, why did it win? because it had the best offerings. No, more porn was released on VHS than Betamax, and that's why it won. That's a true story.
Porn, really, at the end of the day, is behind it all, isn't it?
Porn
Money
is,
in porn.
Yeah, it almost sounds like we're doing a bit, but I mean, in a way, it's true. I mean, sex trafficking, shit like that. That like really.
Yeah, I guess that's both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what brought down Andrew Tate. That Andrew Tate guy.
He ordered a pizza. And
he ordered a pizza, he was. They were looking out for him because he was attached to a sex trafficking ring, supposedly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
I don't know.
Allegedly. I didn't know anything about that dude except a while ago. I watched clips of Tom Segura's podcast every once in a while.
Uh-huh.
Not too much because sometimes they just sound like way out of touch LA assholes. But
yeah,
every once in a while he's funny. But a while back, I'm pretty sure, I haven't gone back to look, but I'm pretty sure Tom Segura was showing clips of Andrew Tate, and it was like a funny thing, or some podcast. I saw him.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about him.
And then a bunch of months later, everyone was like, "Do you know who this guy is?" And I saw it, and I was like, "No, I don't know who." I didn't recognize his name, and then I saw videos of him, and I was like, "Wasn't this the guy on Your Mom's House, Your Mom's House video?" And then he got arrested right away.
Yeah, my understanding is he was a fighter. He was
really?
A kickboxer or UFC guy or something. I don't know.
I didn't know that.
And then he started his podcast or started posting videos about being this alpha male and
yeah,
and all this stuff.
That's what it basically was. It was wherever I saw it, they were you have to watch this guy, and they showed videos, and he was basically that in the alpha male shtick, and it was but it was way over the top, and it was to the point where it was hilarious. It was this dude's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it was funny, and then it was all, and then months later, I had friends being like, "Do you know who this dude is?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" And then sex trafficking and all this stuff happened.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I'm getting old to the point where new celebrities are created, and I can't keep up.
Oh, dude, go look at the lineup for Coachella this year.
Okay.
I looked at it, and I only recognized one artist, which was Bjork. And I don't know a single other artist. And some of the bigger name people, their names, it isn't even all letters. In the names, there's computer, dollar signs and at symbols and shit and pound signs.
Yeah,
Dude, I'm serious. It's Joey $, dash. It's crazy. I don't know what's happening, but I mean, yeah, you're too old. I've checked out of discovering new music and stuff maybe 10 years ago or so.
I do it occasionally. If I'm on a road trip, I'll sometimes it's so weird. We're on a podcast. We're recording a podcast, but sometimes I can't listen to podcasts on road trips. It depends. I guess depends on the mood I'm in.
Yeah.
If I'm in relax mode, yeah, talk to me all day. It's like having a conversation. But if I'm amped up, just people talking about shit just doesn't do it for me.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you're if you listen to music or in the mood for music, yeah, you can't fuck with podcasts because it's also if you listen to music for a minute, you get into music mode because it just happens. It's does that. I almost never listen to music. I just have one Bob Marley CD in my car for when my phone dies or whatever.
Yeah. So, but even then, I will still play this playlist, and it's the same 40 songs.
Yeah.
And then I'll get tired of it, and then I'll just fuck it. You know what? Show me what the kids are listening to. And it's just it's all right, cool.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Machine Gun Kelly started out as a rapper.
What a douche.
And now he's this pop guy. Want to be sex idol kind of.
He tried to make fun of Eminem, and Eminem
roasted him so hard he changed musical genres.
He changed genres.
That's insane.
That's wild.
That would be like being a comedian and then getting roasted by another comedian so hard that you become like an opera singer.
A dramatic actor.
Yeah.
You're like, I only take melancholy.
If it wasn't for Bill Burr,
now.
I wouldn't have this Golden Globe for Law and Order SVU. You know.
Did you see Bill Burr's the whole thing with him and like Sebastian Maniscalco?
No.
We
have a helicopter flying over right now.
I guess like Bill Burr like helped like induct him into like, I don't know if it was like the Friars Club or if there is such thing as like a comedy hall of fame or whatever. I don't know. Sebastian won some award. But anyway, Bill Burr, when he lived in L.A., Sebastian Maniscalco was like his neighbor across the hall.
Oh, really?
And Sebastian came up to him one day and he was like, "You're a comedian, right?" And he was like, "How do you do that? Like, how do you?" And so Bill Burr was saying, like, you know, you have as a comedian, you have a million people do that. Like, how do you do stand up? How do you like get started or whatever?
Yeah.
And he said like, go do an open mic, you know, whatever generic advice. And but he said he like sort of knew him from the building. And then he said Bill Burr said like he left and he was like touring, doing all his shows or whatever. And then he came back and then Sebastian was like working at the Comedy Store or whatever, and he was like further along.
Yeah.
And then so he told his like the progression of it.
Oh wow.
But it like just that story was so funny. It's like just a neighbor coming up being like, "How do you do the stand-up stuff?" And then he becomes.
How do you do your little skits?
I think he's big. He probably makes more money than Burr, or they're probably close.
From stand-up? Oh, he definitely makes more money than Burr. Well, because Sebastian Maniscalco has a particular audience.
Yeah,
and that demographic is
Italian.
Well, they're wealthy. They're like wealthy. Yeah. And the only reason I know that is I have a there's two young comics I know. I'm not going to say their names. You know, this isn't what this podcast is about.
Shitting on young comics?
No, not really shitting on them. It's just they use Sebastian Maniscalco as like a reference point for what they want. And so, whereas Sebastian Maniscalco does a lot of authentic stories and stuff like that, their blueprint isn't to be an authentic voice. Their blueprint is to have his demographic and that success. So that's kind of misguided. That's the only reason I'm not saying their name. It's misguided. It's not like you watch a comedian like a lot of people watch Carlin or Pryor.
Do they talk slow like this?
Yeah,
they do.
They both have the similar inflection and attitude. Yeah, you know, but also. They're
Aren't you embarrassed?
But then they're also young and cocky. God, so it's just like weird.
Say the names. This is how you get listeners. We should write it down or something.
Yeah,
pause it.
No, but they're like I don't know. It's like if Sebastian Maniscalco was in a frat. You know, that's what these guys are. It's weird. It's so weird. It's like, dude, what?
So you're saying there's like an inauthenticity to it because you could feel that?
Yeah, because
I feel like audiences can generally like feel when someone's trying to like fake something. You know, like they pick up if you're being authentic or not.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I agree, but I disagree. Cause
you want to agree?
Well,
you'd hope.
Well, no. Some audiences this sounds so weird saying it, but some audiences are just so dumb.
Yeah,
they're just so dumb. They're just like, it works. It works in our favor a lot of times because they're so dumb that you can mold their mind in any direction.
Oh yeah,
you can just be like, hey, idiots.
I don't like. I like when crowds are like a little smart. You could kind of be like. I like when crowds are smart enough to pick up on nuance. And stuff because it's like I don't know, dumb crowds. It's like you can make them laugh, but like half the time you're like embarrassed and disappointed in yourself for like even the shit you're saying, and then also you'll try if you try something with that's like more nuanced or whatever, and they're like,
lost
hey,
in translation.
Hey, fuck you, boy.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh,
yeah.
okay.
Being embarrassed of my success in certain rooms is like literally half my career.
I think it's just part of comedy, you know. It's like it's part of. It's like embarrassed to be successful in certain rooms, and then embarrassed to be doing certain, you know, you're just doing some terrible show, and you're like, this is embarrassing.
Yeah, because I have the weird dual-edged sword of if you're an adequate enough comedian or performer in general, you can navigate most rooms.
Yeah,
yeah. But at the same time, there's some people there's some for example, there's some headliners that will go to certain rooms and just eat a fat dick.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And then people are like, oh, they bombed, and then you see another comedian go to that same room and crush. And you're like, oh, that room is just that guy, stupid.
But yeah.
That room sucked. That's why.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is hard, and like, I don't know. It's funny if you do. I don't know. I have jokes of my own that I'm like, this joke always works, but I hate it because it's like low hanging fruit or like cheap or whatever you want to call it. You know,
easy.
Yeah. But like you keep it in as just like a quick punch between, you know, regular material,
or just pulls you out of a little rut you may have in a set.
Yeah.
You try something a little more experimental. And it hits
in case of emergency. Hack glass.
Yeah. It's just a wooden sledgehammer in honor of Gallagher.
Yeah, it's a watermelon.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's disappointing when they like laugh at something really hard like that, and then like you do material, you're like, I love this joke, and you do it, and they're like, nope. Give me some of that dumb stuff, boy.
Yeah, talk about your penis 5 more times.
Talk about how small your dick is, so I can think about how big mine is. And you're like, this is real, huh?
They cut deep, man.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny.
What do you feel about performers, comedians, whatever, that that are, I guess, trying to stay so authentic to their voice?
Yeah.
That they're kind of almost like catering to just one demographic only, and don't expand or.
I don't know. I think if you find a good niche for yourself, that's beneficial because you could just all out, like, kind of like gear yourself towards that, whatever that thing is, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's different. I feel like it's a positive thing. Going into comedy, I never wanted that. I always wanted to just be a good comedian. But then going through it and you see people, they're like, this guy he does this thing, like this is his thing. You know, you can like sum it up real quick. You see how beneficial that is in terms for like marketing or like, you know, whatever it is. But it's still, even, I don't know, money and getting booked is appealing.
Yeah.
But I never liked, like, my favorite comics were never like, you could never just be like, narrow them down to like one thing, you know, real simple.
Yeah.
Or like a gimmick, I guess you call it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that makes sense, because we were talking about pro wrestling, and there's
definitely makes you more money though.
There's a parallel between the two. For example, like one of the things right now that's big in common in comedy is
dying in hotel rooms.
The hotel behind us.
We're at a hotel.
Yeah, the hotel behind us. You can't see it, but it definitely looks like several road comics have passed away in this particular hotel.
It's a Ramada.
The
comedy zone
as we're staring into the interstate. For example, in pro wrestling, they have a lot of Samoan wrestlers.
Oh.
A lot of Samoan. In the past, they've had...
One of my good buddies, Mike, is Samoan.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Is he a big built dude? Massive?
He's you, me, and this car are all together.
Oh, he's one of those big dudes.
He's strong. He could throw this car.
Yeah, I worked with
Samoans look strong and they're 10 times stronger than they look.
Yeah,
somehow it's nuts.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But like, so for example, like The Rock, he's Samoan. He's half Samoan.
Yeah.
And then
you think he's doing steroids? Joe Rogan says steroids.
I mean, he's on something.
Yeah,
it's not just completely natural. Now, granted, he trains harder than a lot of people, but I know a lot of people that train pretty hard.
But like the human body only goes so much, you know.
Well, especially, I think where Rogan may have a point is his age.
Yeah.
When you're getting to that age and you're that yoked out looking, like you're on something. You're on something that's not just your body.
Yeah.
It's not just your diet. You know. I don't know. It's I don't know about steroids, but like I don't know enough about steroids.
Me
like
neither.
people that are in the sport world, I guess, would know.
I did watch a documentary on steroids once called Bigger, Faster, Stronger.
Oh, is that the one where the guy was inspired by Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that documentary will just have you coming away going like, I should just do steroids all the time. Like, and there's nothing wrong with it. Did you watch it?
I guess I saw part of it and I fell asleep.
Oh, man.
Because I was like tired when I watched it.
It's very like pro steroids, and they're like, yeah, just do it, you know, it's great, and just don't do it a little bit, and that's very funny. I always laughed, made me laugh.
Dude, that's hilarious, because that was the complete opposite of what they were going for, right?
I don't know. I think it's very. I think it's actually a pro steroid documentary. I watched it and I was like, I thought it was entertaining and I was into it. I definitely watched the whole thing, and I remember after being like, steroids aren't so bad, you know, like, and I don't know if that was the point of the documentary. I want to look it up to see. Bigger, faster, stronger.
That'd be like watching Super Size Me and be like, dude, fast food restaurants are amazing.
McDonald's is pretty good. I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, that dude gained like 50 pounds or something, like 60 pounds.
The McDonald's guy?
Yeah.
Super Size Me guy? Yeah, I think so. 40 something pounds or something. That's insane though. No one eats fast food like 3 times a day.
Yeah.
No one eats. Who eats 3 times a day?
I know
anyway?
a couple people.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I don't know how you could survive.
Yeah. Now this one I will name, Chris Buck.
Oh yeah, he's like really good with the apps and stuff, right?
Yeah, he's and only because he's so proud of it that he would literally tell you, like he knows which apps. One time he did a 5 minutes set on stage.
Yeah.
Discussing how you can get like most of your meal at Wendy's, the fries from McDonald's, and then some like a drink from somewhere else for like $5 or some shit like that.
That is like real. That's something I've never done, but it's real fat kid dream territory. Like going to multiple food places and getting.
That's like fantasy football of obesity, dude.
Yeah, yeah, it really is.
Yeah,
I'm gonna draft the carne asada burrito with my first pick, and then yeah, that's great.
Oh man, Sonic tater tots. You know,
I don't. We were talking about fast food the other day, and it's like it's hard. It's gotten more expensive now, fast food, and so it's not worth it. Like, because the food quality is still shitty. You could go to like almost like a regular restaurant or like a nicer place at least for just like a very few dollars more, where it used to be like McDonald's used to be like $6 or whatever. I don't know. I haven't like gone there.
What I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory, but there's some basis in truth to this. I know the reason why.
Let's turn into a conspiracy theory podcast.
Yeah. Well, part of that is the junk tax. You ever heard of that?
Junk tax?
Yeah, the junk tax. It's the tax. I think it started with Obama, where they tax junk food as an initiative to get people to eat healthier.
Yeah,
the junk tax.
I remember they did that in like New York and Philadelphia. I think the soda tax.
Yeah, and then COVID and then like all these different things, like supply chain issues and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That played into it, but it started with the junk tax because like candy bars and snack cakes. You know, I was a fat kid.
Little Debbie.
Yeah, like I remember that was how I knew if the economy was going to shit. Is when Little Debbie snack cakes started going up.
Yeah.
Like extra because they used to be a quarter. You used to go to the little bodega.
What's your top Little Debbie?
Mine was man. There's so many. I like Star Crunch. I like the right now Fudge Round is another one.
I only had a Star Crunch for the first time like within a week ago.
Ooh, okay.
You know about that? You knew about Star Crunch?
Yeah. The thing is like the I don't know. They changed some of the formula for the chocolate and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it tastes a little bit different.
I mean, I wasn't like I love the idea of it. It was good. It was like I'm eating not a lot of sugar at the moment, so like anything with sugar is like amazing. But I think yeah, like if you had like that, but like a real good chocolate, like a gourmet version of a Star Crunch,
Yeah.
you'd be in business.
Oh, dude. Yeah. So my current thing right now is like Swiss rolls,
Yeah.
Fudge Rounds, and
Did Little Debbie do the brownies that it's like?
yeah, the cosmic brownies, the ones with the look like the
Yeah, they're like the brightly colored. Did they do like a walnut brownie with like
yeah, they did that too.
little like pebble walnuts? They're like
Yeah.
real small,
Yeah, they did that
and
too.
they have like a very particular texture. If it's the ones I'm remembering,
It's thin but fudgy, like
yeah,
a fudgy texture.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, and I remember we were
I
talking.
liked those when I was young.
Yeah, I knew you would probably like those because I remember you were telling me about the type of brownies you like.
Fudgy brownies.
Yeah, 'cause we had the fucking cake brownie bullshit last podcast episode. That was awful.
I hit my wife every time she makes cakey brownies. No, I always that's always a request. If she's like, "What I want to bake? What do you want?" Fudgy brownies are always like real high on the list.
Yeah,
Because I always want it like undercooked. I want to be like hazardous, you know.
yeah.
I don't know. I haven't perfected brownies. I'm not a good baker, so I don't fuck with it.
What's going on with eggs? Why are eggs so high?
Dude, eggs are like now
Super expensive.
it's like $6 for a fucking carton of eggs.
I
It was like $1.50 3 weeks ago.
It's going up like crypto. It's
I get.
I did a joke. I did a joke on stage where I was like, "Yeah, I'm doing this show. I'm getting paid handsomely. I'm getting paid in eggs." And then they like laughed like way too hard. It was like it wasn't that fucking funny, but it was just. I was like, "Hell yeah, dude!"
I think
you can get your dick sucked for an omelet now. It's pretty cool.
there was like some avian. What's bird? Avian.
Yeah.
Flu or disease.
Oh.
And it killed like millions and like 43 million chickens or some shit.
Oh,
like
shit.
Some kind of a chicken apocalypse like just happened, and so I think they're just low on birds or whatever.
We gotta get these birds fucking, dude.
There was a conspiracy going around that like for a while, food plants kept getting lit on fire for like just over and over again. Like I haven't heard anything about that. I don't like follow conspiracies.
Oh, you think it's environmentalists or animal rights people?
No, it wasn't like animal things. It was like food, like packaged food processing. plants. Like food,
I see where the conspiracy theory people would get involved. Because they're like, yeah, they're going to control the means of food.
Yeah.
And then they're going to control us because then we'll have to pay
that's
whatever.
Like, that's like people control 101, control the food. You know?
Yeah.
But I don't know. That doesn't seem. Everyone just it seemed to be like inflation happened, and then everyone was like, "Let's raise our prices," and then they raised interest rates, which is supposed to help bring inflation, get inflation under control.
Yeah.
But then all the prices just stayed high, the same, and then no one gets paid more.
Yeah.
So it's good. Everyone's doing good.
It's a great life. It's a great life. You get paid jack shit.
Welcome to America.
I gotta go blow 3 guys to get a carton of eggs.
I know. eggs used to be like $1.50 or whatever for like a carton of eggs, and so 12 eggs you could eat one or two. So that you're talking like cost per meal for eggs was so low, and it's healthy for you too.
Yeah.
It's like one of the very few really healthy foods that are not expensive.
Yeah.
And so, but not anymore. I mean,
Yeah.
you're paying like $1 an egg.
Dude, eggs were my favorite.
Crazy.
Like eggs were like my favorite struggle meal when I was like really scrapping it up. And I lived by myself in Orlando.
It is a great struggle meal.
Oh, dude. And now it's not. Now it's like, ooh, he made eggs for me. I'm like, ooh, girl, he really likes you.
Yeah, like an omelet. Like
ooh.
Diners are fancy.
You might as well just put a ring on that finger.
I wonder if it's affected breakfast places, because breakfast, like diners and stuff. Or I wonder if they have like some kind of hookup.
Probably more than likely the eggs have gotten smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't fuck with those jumbos anymore.
Yeah, because I noticed that I forgot where I went, but I asked for extra eggs.
Yeah.
And then I was like, this looks like this is just the 2 eggs from before. Like, what is this shit?
So like, just tell them it's extra.
Yeah, just tell them it's extra. They won't know any different.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm a chubby man. I will know.
I used to love eggs my whole life, and then I went through a phase where like I just didn't like eggs for a while, and it was like 6 months to a year, and I think I like them again. But isn't that weird when you just stop liking a food?
Yeah. Usually for me it stems from like oversaturation of that meal or that food. Like if I have it too much, I'll get tired of it.
I wonder if I just had shitty eggs or whatever.
Yeah.
Did you ever buy, well, I guess they're all expensive now. I was going to say, once in a while I would get like cage-free brown eggs, like something like that. And I would try to see if it tastes different, and I could never really tell. But once in a while I'd get like Publix eggs or whatever, or like Walmart eggs, and you're like, this tastes just bad. It's like not a good.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever gotten eggs from Walmart. I don't think I have.
Yeah, I don't think I have, but
I have gotten them from a place called Save A Lot. I don't know if you've ever heard of that place. Save A Lot.
Is that like where they?
It was like
put all the food that like, it's not like discontinued, but it's like within a week or like excess.
No, we used to have a place like
whatever.
that at the mall I worked at. It was like discontinued food.
Yeah.
Or like it was past the sell by date.
Yeah.
On everything. No, Save A Lot was there's a place called Aldi that exists.
Yeah.
It was a like a less fancy Aldi.
Okay, yeah.
It was the same concept. Like everything in there is not name brand. It's like store brand or like a generic. And there was no bags. You brought your own bags. You had to bring your own box. That type of thing. That whole setup.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was just like the Walmart version compared to Aldi's Target version of that same store concept.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Like all the Save A Lots were in the hood. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I've eaten Save A Lot eggs, and
it's rough.
Yeah, it was like eating Dollar Tree eggs. and I have been that low in my life. I've gotten Dollar Tree eggs.
Dollar Tree eggs.
Dude, I bought
aisle 6. They're just on the shelf.
I bought steaks from Dollar Tree one time.
Really?
Yeah, they used to sell steak
for $1.
Yes, when it was actual dollar, not $1.25. This bullshit that's going on right now.
Oh man.
Yeah, they're gonna keep the name and go up. You pieces of shit.
I got steaks frozen in my freezer in my garage. And I made one the other day. Reversed seared ribeye.
Reversed seared? What is that?
You ever do that?
No, what is it? I don't even know what that means.
So if you listeners at home, all 4 of you, listen, if you ever get a thick ribeye, like an inch or thicker, it works really well, because if it's too thin, it kind of defeats the purpose. But get a really thick ribeye, and you put it in an oven around 200 degrees for like a half hour.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same concept as slow cooking, like barbecuing or slow cooking. But you only need like a half hour, and it will get it to like medium rare on the inside. And you take it out, and it looks like it looks shitty when you take it out of the oven because it'll look just gray and kind of mushy. But you just take it and put it into a pan and sear it hot, but on like a minute per side, in like cast iron or whatever pan. Sear, and then on a plate, and then that shit is a perfect steak.
Oh wow!
It's like incredibly tender.
Yeah.
You get a crust from searing it, and then the middle is like tender, like fall. It's fucking. Ugh.
God damn, that sounds great.
Sebastian Maniscalco go. Whoa! So something Italian.
Something Italian. Also, I wish that we measured. I wish we measured penises in the way we measure steaks, because you were like, like a thick
one, like an inch,
1 inch thick. Like, I was like, hell yeah, I like those. Measure.
I like the standard of
I like measurement. This. I don't like when women measure cocks like snowfall.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's just a foot. It's so tiny. Like, what the fuck? What are you working with? You fucking Stargate pussy bitch.
Her nickname, her pussy, Nebula.
Yeah. Fucking.
I think. Yeah. I mean, a size queen. You're gonna deal with it sometimes, but I think let her be disappointed.
Yeah, I
just shove some extra stuff in there.
I mean, sometimes with size queens, I'm like, it sounds like a you thing and not a me thing.